It is pouring, as you can probably hear it bleeding through my microphone right now, and we just got another new update. So it's time. So let's get started with Deathmatch. Now, it's mentioned that the Facepunch devs are working hard and also methodically with developing the game mode as they're trying to rework the response system as they were doing it wrong. And while they've been fixing some of these issues they've been having with Deathmatch itself, they also added a lot more diagnostics for dedicated servers so they can improve in certain areas. They have been running daily playtests and are also inviting many others who are interested in trying it out, which, by the way, if you are interested in getting access to S&box early in its developer preview, which is also free by the way, you are able to do so and learn more about it with this video that is right here in the top right corner of your screen. With Payouts, Gary finally adds more information about how payouts are going to work when making games and maps for the S&box platform. Also, I just want to clarify, it is called the Play Fund, and I know I accidentally said the Pay Fund in the last video, so I do want to clarify it's called the Play Fund. This payout system will pay out developers if you have more than $10 in your account, which you can go and check on right now in the top right corner of the screen. If you click the profile picture, it should take you to the profile page, as you'll be able to enter your payment and tax information, as this will be the first ever payout in the second half of March 2025. We do have some small updates, so I'm just gonna go and summarize these up. Forums have been added since Gary has mentioned he absolutely hates using Discord for many different reasons that are stated, and also the forums are another place to actively talk about S&box and more without having to join the S&box Discord. In addition, Gary has provided a ton of new information over the last couple of weeks regarding most of the new systems that he's been asking more feedback in response of on how Facepunch could move forward and implementing certain features and tools with. Localization was another thing that was added that came from a Hack Week project, where if you're viewing the S&box website on desktop, you'll see in the top right corner a little globe, which you can click on it and change your language to the ones that are provided. Gary does mention that while this is AI generated for translation, it should be able to get it right 99% of the time. So with the game modal, I did cover this new update, but pretty much in short, this is how games are presented when you click on them on S&box. I also made a video in more detail talking about that right here. So if you do want to see more about that, definitely check out that video too. Movie Maker has gotten another update, which is something that I covered in that video I mentioned before too. So if you're not really a huge fan of the summaries and actually want to read up even more on this, I will have the link to the blog post in the description down below. In short, there are many new features where you can add recordings, which are stored in your clipboard on the timeline and can be repositioned and blended. Other features included are recording in play mode, which allows you to play the game and record all the game's movement code, quality of life improvements like snapping the cursor to timeline objects, tracks can be locked so modifications don't affect them, and also adding a playback speed slider. Okay, so now we're going into our lightning round, so let's go and do that real quick. We got some new support for multi-audio listeners, which have been added. Map Editor has gotten new mesh operations from Hammer integrated into the scene map editor. Scene panels let you render scenes directly into a UI panel. Navigation links are now available, which allow you to have AI move vertically and seamlessly traverse gaps in the nav mesh. I wanted to show this off too, but a new VR toolkit was worked on during Hack Week, which includes full body IK and hand posing and interactions, which is very cool for people who possibly want to make a VR chat styled game. Well, now that's a possibility within S&box. The Valentine Bear cosmetics have 1 day left before the skin is no longer available on the S&box shop and will possibly go up in price, so get it now while you can. A new deathmatch map by Backscratch has been provided, which looks absolutely beautiful, as you can see from these pictures right here. They just look really nice, and of course, Backscratch is really good at what he does. And S&box's official and free asset library that's available to use in your own game creations has gotten another update. So within summary, Gary acknowledges that monetization is important to the survival of the S&box community and that all options are viable and apparent. Deathmatch is pushing the usability and stability of all the systems in the engine before they work on the official S&box mode. Movie Maker, which Gary states will be important to the video creation community, which is nice of him to acknowledge too, but also serves functions for doing animations in games. He's very happy how everything is progressing, and the Play Fund has undoubtedly injected motivation into the community. And as an end result of this new monetization system, many new games and maps are getting more polished. So with some closing thoughts about this, the new Play Fund system is really awesome for many creators and also a tremendous benefit for developers and teams to get involved with S&box. Motivation should improve 100% of the way, since this is an opportunity for many people to get something back from making games, and often instead of just waiting for a game jam like it has been for the last couple of months and of course 2 to 3 years since they added the addition of these game jams, which of course I don't think they're going to go away, but either way, it's now a huge factor for you to look forward to creating games and content in S&box. From what's presented, Facepunch and Gary are almost finalizing the foundation of S&box with its tools and systems in place for allowing not only players to get a platform to play games on, but also for developers to get paid for their efforts consistently with making games and content for S&box, as I stated before. And with the Deathmatch mode seeing more progress in playtest and fixes, the official S&box mode's development is right around the corner, as this will be one of the many last blocks added to the foundation of S&box. As Gary stated, S&box will not release until the official S&box mode is added in the game. But overall, with all these updates, what are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comment section. And of course, if you want to learn more about S&box, there's a video right here on screen. And otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.